In this video, I'm going to show you how to play the iconic intro guitar solo to Johnny B Goode. But before we get into that, don't forget to drop this video a like, subscribe to our channel if you're new here, and let's get right into it. So this song is in the key of B flat, which might be a little bit tricky if you're not used to playing on frets of the guitar which aren't fret markers. If you've played some pentatonic positions or anything like that, and you normally start at the 5th fret or the 3rd fret, somewhere where there's a fret marker, this is going to kind of flip that on its head a little bit because we're going to be on the 6th fret of the guitar playing a pentatonic position there. So it might be a little bit tricky to visualize, but let's bear with it and see how we get on. So it starts off on the 5th fret of the guitar on the 3rd string, and we're going to slide to the 7th fret. And I'd play that with your 2nd finger because we're going to jump back a fret in a minute and we're going to need our 1st finger to do that. So with our 2nd finger, slide from the 5th fret to the 7th fret on the 3rd string. And then on the B string, on the 2nd string, we're going to play the 6th fret and then the 8th fret. And here's the most iconic part, I think, of this whole beginning part. And this is a little semitone slide from the 5th fret of the guitar to the 6th fret on both the high E and the B string at the same time. So we're going to bar both of these strings with the same finger, and I'd use your 1st finger to do this. So play the 5th fret on the B and E strings, but straight away slide it to the 6th fret. And after you've done the slide, play the 6th fret 2 more times. And do that little slide part 3 times in total like this. So that little intro part is this all combined. Continuing that on now, we're going to go to the 9th fret on the B string, and we're going to play 9, 8, 6. And now we're going to jump up a string, still on the 6th fret, to the 3rd string, and we're going to play the 6th fret with a hammer onto the 7th fret. And then we're going to play the 8th fret to the 6th fret on the 4th string. And then we're going to play the 8th fret on the 4th and 5th string and play that again as a bar. I'd probably use your 3rd finger to do this little part. And it stays on that for a few repeats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8 times in total on that little bar there. Now the next section is probably one of the trickiest licks in this intro solo. And it's going to start on the 6th fret of the 3rd string. And I'd play that with your 2nd finger, but at the same time, use your 1st finger to play the 5th fret of the 2nd string. So you kind of got this little chord, which doesn't sound right, but we're going to slide it straight away to the next fret, which is the 7th fret on the 3rd string and 6th fret on the 2nd string. So this little thing. And then we're going to play it again. Now keeping hold of this little chord, then grab the 8th fret on just the B string, but keep your 2nd finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. Then take your 3rd finger off, back to that one where you're on the 7th fret and 6th fret. And then slide your 2nd finger down on the 3rd string from the 7th fret to the 5th fret. Play the 3rd fret, and then go to the 5th fret on the 4th string. I'm going to play the intro that we've got so far before I move on to the next section, just so you can hear it all put together. I'll play it slow. That's everything that we've got so far. And now probably one of the other most iconic parts of this solo is this little bend section that we're going to move into. So we're going to bend on the 8th fret of the 3rd string. And you don't want to keep that up there. You kind of want to bend it and then leave, like, let the note die at the top of that bend, a bit like this. We're not going to do this sort of thing where we keep hold of it. It's going to be a... And straight away after you've done that, use your 1st finger to bar the 6th fret on the high E and B string. and play both of those notes together. So you get this sort of thing. And it's going to repeat this quite a few times. So do the bend, let the note finish, and then play those 2 notes on the 6th fret on the B and E string. And it does that little section in 2 groups of 5 repeats because there's a little gap in between. So it plays it 5 times, has a little bit of a gap, and then it does it again. A little bit like this. So that was me playing that little lick there 5 times, twice. And now to finish off that little intro solo, we've got this nice little run. So it's going to do the bend on the 3rd string, 8th fret again. And then the descending part that we're going to play next starts on the 6th fret of the high E. And then we're going to jump to the 9th fret on the B, 8th fret, 6th fret. Then straight away grab the 8th fret on the high E to the 6th fret. And then do 9, 8, 6 on the B. Grab the 8th fret on the 3rd string, play the 6th fret and hammer onto the 7th fret. And after you've done that hammer on from the 6th fret to the 7th fret, we've got a really cool little trick here which is called a rake. It's kind of a sweep picked sort of thing, but you want to think of it more as a rake, where if you imagine a little bit of a major chord here, but we'll play the notes individually, or we'll piece it together. We're going to play the 8th fret on the 4th string, 7th fret on the 3rd string, and the 6th fret on the B and E string. And we're going to kind of drag the plectrum across all of the strings. We're not going to pick all of those notes one after the other. We're going to just drag the plectrum across all of them to get this sort of thing. Which is a little bit tricky to do at first if you've not done that before, but it sounds really cool. And whilst you're doing that rake with your right hand, dragging and raking the pick across the strings, it's important to notice that with the left hand, I'm not pressing down on all of these notes at the same time, because otherwise it would sound like this, which is going to make a chord, and we don't want that. We want these notes to remain individual from each other. So you kind of want to stagger the way that you play those notes. So as you're playing the strings like that, you can hear all of those notes individually rather than all at the same time. And also I'm muting the strings with my right hand as well as I'm doing the picking. There's also a little bit of muting going on. So those are some things to think about. It's not the easiest thing to do if you've never done that before, but definitely give it a try, and it's really cool when you get it. After you've done that rake and you've ended up on the high E 6th fret, we're going to go 9, 8, 6 on the B. And then we're going to do a bend on the 3rd string on the 8th fret. And then this time just play just the 6th fret on the B string. Do that again. And then do a little slide from the 9th fret of the 3rd string to the 8th fret. 6th fret on the 3rd string. And then the 8th fret on the 4th string to finish off. So I'll play the second half of the solo from those bends where we played the same riff 5 times twice. I'll play from there and finish off the solo. So this is what that entire second section sounds like. If you would like the full tab for this intro guitar solo, then click the link in the top of the description below and that will take you right there. Also, if you want to further your guitar playing and develop your technique, then check out some of our guitar courses which are linked in the description as well. And finally, if you would like a one-to-one guitar lesson with myself or any of us here at Harmony, then also click the link in the description where you can sort that out. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave it a like, subscribe if you are new, leave us a comment, let us know what you think. If you've got any requests for future guitar solos or anything in general, get them in the comments below and hopefully we'll make those videos soon. So once again, thanks for watching and we'll catch you next time.